So I am bringing you this video this afternoon from the main general agency exhibit here in the exhibit hall. You actually probably can't see it too much behind me, but you see some boxes is that exhibitors are starting to break down their exhibits as we are in the final hours of the United Methodist Church's postponed 2020 session held in 2024. This morning, we had opening worship with a powerful message from our new president of the Council of Bishops, Bishop Tracy Smith Malone. And we worked through a number of administrative reports, these administrative committees that have been helping with calendar and presiding officers who really have been working throughout our general conference. We're so grateful for their work. The items that we processed today included the 7 pieces from the budget that we needed to vote on from our general counsel in finance and administration. And we bundled those, but still discussed through them. Eventually had the motion to end debate and move on all that was before us. And so we had those bundles. We had those bundled already for one vote. And so the budget did pass. An interesting dynamic that I'm noticing. It's, of course, with parliamentary procedure, we want to make sure that the voice of that all voices are heard. Parliamentary procedure is, of course, generally meant to preserve the voice of the minority, but the decisions of the majority. That's oversimplified, but sometimes it's, I think, been a little bit challenging to the body, or at least to some, when we have items before us that we have debate and amendments, and then they pass in the 90%. And so I think that that's one of the things we're wrestling with, especially as we get into these final hours of our work as a general conference, is really trying to be discerning about what items does it really make a difference. We want to make those important amendments, but we also don't want to prolong items that the majority, and in many cases the supermajority of the general conference, is prepared to move on. And again, so balancing those, that's part of the way that we use parliamentary procedure, but certainly we want to lean into getting through the remaining calendar items, and we have 17 of those. These are required by the Book of Discipline that we deal with before the end of general conference. There's a few more items, and so the remaining calendar items are items that were voted in favor of by the committee, and generally these items that are left are items that had been on consent calendars, but people pulled them off as our rules allow. The items after those, I think maybe 7, are items that committees voted against, but that members wanted to bring to the floor. And so there's a mechanism for that, but we're not required to handle those. So we're going to see how our work goes. We're scheduled to restart at 1:30, and then we'll be going till 6:30 with a break in the middle of the afternoon. And so that is a chunk of work to do. And so that's what we'll be looking at this afternoon. If you followed any of my videos in 2019, you know that my final video, the last day of 2019, I think was really late. So even though we finished at 6:30, I will try to post soon after that with updates, and maybe we'll try to do some text updates in the meantime. Please understand that by the time we finish general conference today, many of us will be wore out. We're going to be going and taking a deep breath. So I will post as soon as I can with updates and to let you know how everything went. But again, we're focused on removing now those. Many folks are focused now on removing those final pieces of the restrictive language from the Book of Discipline, and excited to do some more important and historic work as we close out our time at General Conference. We thank you for your prayers, especially today as we look at this mountain of petitions before us, but still very hopeful that God will allow us to work both efficiently and expeditiously and well and thoughtfully. So thank you so much for your prayers. And